This video is for dentists who are considering opening their own practice. So in that process of consideration, you'll inevitably run into the question of when is it a good time to start your own practice? When is it a good time to maybe leave your job or purchase a practice, or basically when should you start? And a lot of times we get stuck in the figuring out of the technical details of figuring out how to start a practice. But I think the more important question is why you want to start your practice. So there's obviously many costs to starting a practice. There are the loans you have to take out. There are the emotional and also labor intensive costs. You're going to have to do a lot more work. But what is the reason for taking on those risks and taking on those costs, right? And the question is not just why should you start your practice, because you can have reasons like you want more freedom, you want more, you want to do dentistry in the way that you believe to do it, you want more potential income. All these reasons are great, but the question you have to ask is your why, is your reason for starting your dental practice one that's based on generosity? Do you have an element of helping people with the start of your practice, or is it more to be self-serving? It's okay to have both, but what I want to argue is that there must be a strong foundation of generosity built into your reasoning for starting a dental practice, or you will face a lot of consequences, which include being very or struggling to differentiate, struggling to attract patients. Because if you lead with the idea of, I want to start a dental practice because I want more freedom, I want to have my own employees, I want to make more income in the future, it's going to be very difficult. But if you have the generous approach of, I want to improve the way dentistry is done for these people, I see the status quo, I see assumptions other industries or other dentists in the industry are making, and I want to challenge those assumptions. I want to bring improvements to how dentistry is done for the people. And if you work on that generosity, if that is the driving force behind why you start a private practice, you're going to find it much easier to grow and to attract patients in the future, because your why and the reason behind your practice is going to be totally different than someone who starts a practice with self-interest in mind. So the question of when should you start your dental practice, I think, is based more on, are you in a position where you want to commit to becoming a generous practice, commit to someone who is willing to dedicate their careers in service of the people you seek to serve? Or is it going to be one that is based on self-serving interests? Both are valid, but I would argue that if your foundational drive is based on generosity, you're going to have a much easier time growing in the future, because people are willing to pay more and are attracted to things that are going to serve their interests and not yours. All right, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.